Hello everyone! Today we're going to be building traffic lights using Arduino. You can follow along in real life if you have the components or over at Tinkercad. Here's what we'll be using: an Arduino Uno, a breadboard, red, yellow, and green LEDs, 3 1 kilo ohm resistors, and jumper wires. This video is meant for people of all skill levels, but if you feel that you're ahead of the curve, here's the timestamps for each topic, so you can skip ahead if you're already confident with it. Alright, let's get started. First, we're going to tackle the basics and define any confusing jargon. An Arduino is simply a board with a small computer, which you can program over and over again to work with inputs, such as sensors, and outputs, such as motors and lights. A breadboard is used as a way to make connections without having to solder components together. These two columns at the side are called power rails, and they are connected vertically. So these two are connected, but these two are not. The rest of the breadboard are connected horizontally, so these two are connected, but these two are not. Okay, now we can start with the fun stuff. We're going to connect the components by following the circuit diagram here. One last thing before we get started. It's important to differentiate the LED's cathode and anode. The anode is the longer part, and this always connects to the positive terminal, while the cathode is the shorter part, and this connects to the negative terminal. Just remember panic. Positive anode, negative is cathode. If you want to use Tinkercad, create an account and then follow these instructions. Click on Circuits, then Create New Circuit. Next, let's add all of the components we need by searching it up on the sidebar. Now we can connect these together. You can use this button to rotate a component. We're going to connect the green LED to pin 11, yellow to 12, and red to 13. You might notice that we are connecting the anode, the longer part of each LED, to a resistor before connecting it to its corresponding pin. This is because we want to limit the current flowing through the LED to a safe value so it won't break. Now, it's time to program the Arduino. If you're a beginner, there's a way for you to do this without writing a single line of code. Over at Tinkercad, all you have to do is drag and drop. First, we want the green light to turn on for 30 seconds. So we first set pin 11, which is connected to the green LED, to high. Then, we set it to wait for 30 seconds before setting pin 11 back to low to turn the green light off. Afterwards, we set pin 12, which is connected to the yellow light, to high. Set it to wait for 3 seconds and set pin 12 back to low. Finally, we set pin 13, which is connected to the red light, to high. Set it to wait for 5 seconds and set pin 13 back to low. Then you can run the simulation, or if you're going to do this in real life, you can download the code and upload it to your Arduino Uno using the Arduino IDE. Now, if you're up for a challenge, you can program it yourself. First things first, let's familiarize ourselves with the parts of the program. When you load up the Arduino IDE, there's some code already there. The setup function and the loop function. The setup function only runs once, when you power up the Arduino board. And in here, we're going to write the following. What the pin mode function is doing is telling the Arduino that the pins 11, 12, and 13 will be used as outputs, as they will be controlling our LEDs. The loop function, on the other hand, runs after the setup function, and as you could probably guess, loops over and over again. And in here, we're going to write the following. What digital write is doing is telling the board to turn on or off a particular pin. We write the pin number of the pin we want to turn on or off, and then high if we want to turn it on, or low if we want to turn it off. Pretty straightforward. The delay function, as the name implies, just tells the Arduino to wait before executing the next instruction. It takes an input in milliseconds, so don't be surprised. Our green light won't be on for 30,000 seconds. As we did using Tinkercad, we turn the green light on for 30 seconds, then we turn the green light off, and then the yellow light on for 3 seconds, then the yellow light off, and then finally turn the red light on for 5 seconds, and then turn the red light off. For the moment of truth, plug your Arduino Uno to your computer, select it in the list of ports, then upload your code, and voila! It should work! Don't forget, you are free to tweak the program, for example, changing the durations. And, of course, I'd love to see your creations. That's it for now. Thanks for watching, and until next time.